What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Mage Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. Now, it's no secret that the whole gaming industry at the moment is just a complete shambles. There's layoffs all over the place, companies are closing down, studios are shutting or whatever, and things are very odd with Xbox bringing games to PlayStation, and kind of everything's very, very weird. But one thing that I feel very disappointed with, which if you guys haven't watched it yet or checked out the channel, go to Digital Foundry, and we are talking about the PS Plus versus xCloud. Obviously, that's PlayStation streaming service versus Xbox. Now, I was very disappointed when I saw this video because somebody who, I don't like the cloud, but I fully understand that this is the future and where we're heading with streaming and playing games in the future. This is how we're going to be playing them, unfortunately. I wanted to see which platform was actually going to be better, and I really assumed that Xbox was going to be far superior than PlayStation because xCloud has been something they've pushed for so long. They've been saying we're at the forefront of, the streaming technology with Game Pass. You can stream games to your phone. Microsoft is a software company at heart. That's what they've always been about, and their streaming platform, apart from one factor, is just outright worse in so many ways than PlayStation's. So I want to show you guys a bit of a video that I'm going to leave playing here in the background, and this is essentially where Xbox is streaming against the PlayStation. They're doing tests between the two platforms, and this is from Digital Foundry, so just to give those guys a shout out, not that they need it, they're absolutely huge in the gaming industry. There you go, there's Project xCloud on the right, and there's PS Plus on the left. Now, I'm just recording this through YouTube. You can significantly see a difference in PlayStation, but this is not the only thing that is hugely improved over Xbox. And as you can see here, you've got PS5 local, you've got PS Plus cloud, and then you've got xCloud. And xCloud, as you can see in this still shot, is clearly worse than PlayStation. Obviously, it's night and day. The resolution is so much lower, and that's because it is. They're actually not using the full Series X hardware for xCloud, which is, to be honest, severely disappointing. I mean, look at that. You can see how muddy and unclear the xCloud version is compared to the PS Plus, and then obviously compared to PS5 local. But it gets even worse in a second. I mean, I'll leave these images running. I mean, that's it zoomed in and stuff, and trust me, when you're even looking at it on a big screen like I am right now, it is a significantly worse version on xCloud, even if you're looking at it on a massive TV from a distance. I mean, just look at that. The trees go from being smudgy finger painted artwork on the xCloud version to really detailed leaves on the PlayStation version, and it's just to be honest, very, very, very disappointing. Now, one thing I do want to touch on, which they do touch on in the video, is the actual input delay is slightly improved on the Xbox over the PlayStation. But let's go to the frame rates, where they test a Plague's Tale frame rate on xCloud versus PlayStation. And here you go, you can see this is xCloud's frame rates, which is hovering around 45 FPS. 46 FPS for Resident Evil 2 here, but then you can see the local install, that's showing the Series S FPS there as well. But in a second, we're going to compare the PlayStation versus the xCloud, because that's obviously the comparison we all want to know about. Where is that? My bad, sorry, I should have skipped through this before. That's the local install. Here we go. There's a couple of clips here that you can see the PS Plus 60 FPS, and then xCloud is 40 at best, and 50 there at one point, but seriously worse. Whereas PS Plus is just a locked 60 FPS constantly. And then same again with, if we go to the PlayStation versus xCloud here, with his Cyberpunk, obviously fantastic game, by the way. You can see that PS Plus, although not perfect by any means on Resident Evil 2 here, still better on PlayStation. Latency tests, as I said, this is the one thing that they do say is actually better on the xCloud. I think it was 56, 84, and then 54 on Xbox, so 84 on PlayStation. But they come to the verdict that the PlayStation version is absolutely far superior. Now, please do go and watch their video. It's their latest video on the channel at Digital Foundry. Do go and watch it so you don't just believe what I'm saying. Go and watch it for yourself so you can see. But I'm not lying, I'm obviously playing their video, and seriously, it's significantly better on PlayStation, and that baffled me when I saw that at first, because, as I said at the start of the video, Xbox has been pushing xCloud and game streaming and saying they've been in the forefront of this technology for so long. In fact, Sony only recently started investing large amounts of money in 2023 into their streaming platform, and now they have obviously PS5 server blades where you can actually stream over 4K, whereas the Xbox doesn't do 4K streaming. PlayStation does. The only something I'm disappointed with the PlayStation Plus version is that PS3 games are like locked to 720p, even though some PS3 games can do 1080p on the console. The streaming version is only 720p. PS4 games, even though a PS4 Pro clearly exists, a lot of those games are locked to 1080p, or every game is locked to 1080p on the PS4 streaming, so that's kind of disappointing. But at least for PS5 games, you are getting the highest resolution and highest frame rate. And right now, the best streaming platform to play on is PlayStation over Xbox, which to me is baffling to see. I mean, I don't know. I'll leave some stuff playing in the background, perhaps. I mean, you can actually see in these videos here that you can actually see that there's like so many examples of this whole image quality stuff, and you know, various things, even compared to native. This whole photo here and this whole section of the video here is why I do not want streaming to become the norm, and that I hope that we have consoles, PC, and just native hardware in general for so much longer, because games like Fortnite, like you're seeing on screen, may not look that much worse over cloud, but what you're going to not see via a video is just the actual feeling of the game, right? You're not going to be able to have instant input delay from when you press the trigger on the controller, when you jump, when you move the analog sticks. It is near impossible, and even in the still shot here, you can clearly see the grass at the background is significantly worse. But as I was saying, input delay is going to be a significant problem always going forward on streaming over hardware, and the examples just go on and on and on. To be honest, I don't want to ramble on in this video, but you guys should go watch that video because it's very well put together and a great analysis of the two platforms. But that's it for this one. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Xbox is a very weird system right now, and I'm very interested to see what their future is going to be, because they're not best at anything right now, it seems. The game's better on PlayStation. I know that's subjective, but personally, I would always trade having a game like Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted over Gears. I love the Gears series, but Christ, those other games, I mean, it's incomparable. And with Final Fantasy being on PlayStation, like Rebirth that we've just got, no way am I going to sacrifice that. So games are a point to PlayStation right now. Streaming, thought that would be an Xbox thing, but no. Game Pass, definitely better on Xbox, but it is a clear victory right now on PlayStation's side, and I don't know what's going on at Microsoft. They need to sort this out, because they are not doing anything well at the moment. They're not promoting things well. They're not doing things well like they used to. xCloud has just been left and abandoned. There's queues to get into xCloud. That's another thing we didn't mention. xCloud queues are insane, but PlayStation, no, you jump straight in every time. I've tested that myself, and it's just very odd situation. But that's it. As I said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye for now.